Book 1. What Went On in the House of Odysseus. Plot summary. Every story begins with exposition, and so does the Odyssey. Homer begins by reenacting the epic ritual of invoking the muse and stating the epic theme, that is, story material. The action then begins with an epic council of the gods, in which the gods and goddesses decide what to do in human affairs. As we listen to the deliberations, we get the background information that we need for the story to follow. The Divine Council in Book 1 of the Odyssey is occasioned by the sorry situation of the epic hero. Odysseus has been held captive on the island of the goddess Calypso for 7 years. Meanwhile, Penelope, wife of Odysseus, is besieged by suitors who want her to declare her husband dead and marry one of them. The decision reached by the council involves a twofold action. 1. Athena, goddess of wisdom, is assigned to go to Odysseus's home in Ithaca and nudge Odysseus's son, Telemachus, to go on a journey in search of his father. 2. Hermes, messenger of the gods in classical mythology, is dispatched to the island of Calypso to announce the verdict of the gods that Calypso must let Odysseus depart. The titles for the successive books of the Odyssey are additions to Homer's text supplied by editors or translators. Some translations do not supply titles. The titles used in this guide are from the Rouse translation. Examples of what other translations provide for Book 1 are Trouble at Home and Athene Visits Telemachus. It is also helpful to know that various translators spell some of the Greek names differently. All formal public events begin with ritual. The more formal the occasion, the more abundant is the ritual that accompanies it. Homer's opening invocation to the Muse, goddess of inspiration, is a ritual event, the expected way for an epic poet to begin his performance. We can profitably compare this formal ritual with the ritual beginning of an important ball game or a wedding that uses the Anglican marriage ceremony. A sense of formality and importance accompany all such rituals, including the invocation to the Muse at the beginning of an epic. Commentary. Everything in this packed opening book is important, starting with the invocation, which is our entry into the story. Even the detail that this is the story of a man is important, since epics always focus on universal human experience. When this particular epic hero is said to be never at a loss, or something equivalent depending on the translation, we are alerted to Odysseus's two leading traits: his cleverness and his resourcefulness in mastering every obstacle. When Odysseus is said to have traveled far, we know that we have embarked on a travel story, such a famous travel story that the word Odyssey has become a synonym for a journey of discovery. Other motifs to unpack in the opening invocation are the ideas of enduring hardships, so extreme that all of Odysseus's sailing companions have died, and home as the object of highest devotion. So many details pass before us in this opening book that the effect resembles an ever-changing kaleidoscope. One way to organize the material is to be aware that the Odyssey as a whole synthesizes 5 storylines. 1. The story of Telemachus's coming of age, being initiated into adulthood. 2. The story of Penelope and the suitors. 3. The story of Odysseus's wanderings. 4. The story of the gods, including their family squabbles. 5. The story of Odysseus's homecoming and revenge. As the kaleidoscope turns during our trek through Book 1, we can find references to all 5 threads of action. Another way to make sense of Book 1 is to operate on the premise that Homer intends to begin by placing before us the goal of the quest that underlies the story as a whole.